Good afternoon. I'm Fritz Bittenbender, Vice President of Alliance Development and State Government Affairs at BIO, the Biotechnology International Organization. I'm very pleased to have with me today the Governor of Kentucky, Governor Beshear, who's traveled from Kentucky to be with us at the BIO Convention. Governor, what are your impressions of the convention this year? I know you've been here before and had a chance to see what's going on.
Well, it's another great convention, and Kentucky now, this is our 12th year to be here and to put out what Kentucky has to offer. And I've been in office 5 years, and it's my 5th year. So this is important to Kentucky. It's important to me because it allows us to tell the world what Kentucky's doing in biotech and what all we have to offer. And we've got a lot of unique kinds of incentives and things to offer in Kentucky that has helped us to attract a number of companies to locate there.
It's wonderful. We released our Battelle study yesterday, Governor, which is a study of all 50 states. And one of the things I was impressed when I was looking at Kentucky's numbers, that even during the recession, Kentucky has grown jobs in the biosciences. And that's very impressive to do it during that time. Not many states have. So can you talk about some of the things you're doing in order to grow the industry there?
Well, it's a priority of ours. Obviously, right when I came in as governor was at the end of 2007. And the recession hit us full in the face about that time. And, it's been a historic recession. It's been the worst one any of us have ever lived through. I decided very quickly that the best way for us to get out of this recession was to get our people back to work. And that meant to be aggressive in job creation. And so that's what we set out to do. And we've been pretty successful in it. We totally revised all of our economic incentive programs in the first year I was in office to where we can now work with any company, whether it's a company we're trying to bring to Kentucky or a company that's already in Kentucky, to help them grow and expand and create new jobs. And we've got some great incentive programs to do that. In the biotech industry, we now have over 1,500 biotech companies that employ about 100,000 Kentuckians. Now, those numbers may not sound big for a place like New York or Pennsylvania, but for Kentucky, those are big numbers. Those are lots of jobs, and I'm very excited about it. We've got some unique incentive programs in the biotech area, one of which you can see on the back of your daily program, and I'll hold that up for folks to see. This is our matching fund program for the SBIR, STTR federal grant programs. I think Kentucky is the only state that matches dollar for dollar both money in phase 1 and phase 2 when a company receives those grants. And the only thing you've got to do is be in Kentucky. So you can either start your company in Kentucky, or if you're someplace else, come and move to Kentucky, and you can double your money and really get off the ground fast.
That's incredible. And Governor, I understand also that you've had a major focus on entrepreneurism in Kentucky and working with the entrepreneurial community, which is so important in the biotech. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, it is. We have had our share of success with big companies. Obviously, we've got Ford in the state, and they've just made a $600 million investment, and it means about 4,500 jobs. We've got those kinds of things going on all the time. But what we understand in Kentucky is that our economy, for the most part, and the success of our economy is based upon the entrepreneur. It's based upon the small company and the success of that company. And so we spend a lot of time growing small companies, working with small companies. We've got, for instance, an export initiative that is targeted towards small companies, because most small companies don't have the resources to really understand markets around the world or how to reach those markets. And so we help them to understand that and to learn how to do it, and help them with the legal pathways that you've got to get through in order to do that. Startups are important to us, and of course in this biotech area, as I mentioned, we've got about 1,500 of those companies now over the last few years that have gotten off the ground in Kentucky. So entrepreneurism is really the foundation of Kentucky's economy, and we're going to continue to grow it.
That's wonderful. And Governor, I was talking to actually some of our members today, and they were talking about bioscience distribution, which is a really growing field for our industry, and I understand Kentucky's becoming a hub in bioscience distribution as well.
That's one of our strongest sectors in the biotech business, is logistics. We are fortunate to be located within a day's drive of about 2/3 of the population of the United States. We've got a tremendous network of interstates that crisscross our state. So, going by truck is no problem. We've got river traffic with the Ohio and the Mississippi if you need to use that. And we've got two major cargo hubs. We've got UPS. It has its world port in Louisville. If you're going to fly something by UPS anywhere around the world, it comes through Louisville, Kentucky. And we've got DHL, which is the biggest worldwide cargo operation, and they're at our Northern Kentucky airport. So logistically, we're in a great place. Companies can get their products to the market fast by being in Kentucky, and that's really helped us to attract a lot of companies there.
That's great. Well, Governor, it's wonderful to have a policymaker like yourself who has recognized the economic importance of our industry, but also has worked so hard for the economic growth in your state. And thank you for being here and for being such a leader in terms of governors across the country, growing the economy and supporting the bioscience industry.
Well, thank you. The bottom line for me is jobs. Our folks want jobs, they need jobs. We've got a great trained workforce ready to work, and so we're going to keep creating those jobs for our people.
Thank you, Governor.
You're welcome.